Hello! Eurovision Song Contest 2025 semi-final 2 is just over like 2 seconds ago, and I'm here to give you the first reaction in the world to the results. And I prepared this little thing. Sorry, let's close those. Oh my god. In the world to the results. Sorry, that was me in the background. I have to move the sound to the right earphones. I think it's these ones. No, it's the microphone. The microphone is the sound output. Thank you very much. So, we've had a very, very exciting evening. Yoav, are you there? Are you watching? Do we have here? I don't see anyone in the chat right now. Let's hope someone comes over because I am monitoring it live on air. We've had a very exciting evening. This was, in my opinion, the better semi-final of the year, which was a very hard year, as I said, all along throughout the season with a lot of good songs. But the Swiss made a little... Oh, Yoav, hi. The Swiss made a little mistake with the sound tonight. The music was too loud. The singers were mostly too weak, too quiet, so you could barely hear most of them at the peaks of their songs. And it was very disheartening because most of them were very, very, very good. If I go through the countries, Yoav, if you... no, I won't let you decide alone how this stream works. as fun as that would be. And dream on about the Fleischmann meal. You're buying me the Fleischmann. Yeah, where is it? The list of the participants in the second semi-final. So, we started with Australia. As I thought... when he performs live, he's not very good. He has a very, very hot body. But the only reason he qualified, right? Did he qualify? Where's the list? No, he didn't qualify. Very good. He didn't deserve to qualify. I'm very happy that he didn't. Yeah, he didn't deserve it. It's an annoying song, an annoying performance. It's just people removing clothes gradually, mostly going into the mixer, the blender, and coming out with less clothes than they had on before that. Annoying song. I'm very happy that it didn't qualify. Nina Žižić with Dobrodošli, Montenegro. I love that song, but she had a performance that was subpar, even for her, and she doesn't have a lot of talent. We heard her doing the cover for Doris Dragovic's Maria Magdalena from 1999. She's just not a good singer. She has she has a very good ability to blend mix and head voices, chest and head voices. This evening, I think most singers sounded tired. I think maybe the rehearsals were too close to the live show. I'll give you the list of singers who were very, very obviously tired. Nina Žižić was tired. Claudia from Greece sounded tired. Mirjana Conte from Malta sounded tired. Mariam Shengelia sounded tired. Luan from France sounded tired. Zisal from Denmark sounded a little tired. Adonix from Czechia sounded tired. Yuval Afel from Israel sounded very tired. Aborentina, they suck even when they're not tired. So tonight they were absolutely horrendous. Not horrendous. I mean, she had a better performance tonight than in her national selection. Yeah, I know she was sick, but that's not an excuse for being a bad singer, and she is a bad singer. She just She was just a little less bad tonight. Who else? Prince from Serbia was also tired, and you could hear it mainly in Georgia and Israel, which are songs where they have and Serbia. All three of those have riffs that should play with the rhythm of the song, so it's not exactly with a rhythm. All three of them skipped those parts of the song. What do you mean, who? Tina, Laura? Tina from Germany. Yeah, I know she wasn't a contestant, but she did make an appearance. And so let's go back to the songs. So I said Nina Žižić sounded very tired. She, at some point in the song, her voice completely cracked, like she lost in the middle of the line. She just lost her voice. She managed to get back on track pretty fast, but it wasn't her best performance, even though visually it was pretty good, but vocally it was subpar. Emmy from Ireland, she's not from Ireland, she's representing Ireland, she's Danish, I think, or Norwegian. She has a very, 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 very delicate voice. You could hear yeah, Laura, I meant Tina from Germany. Germany had an appearance tonight. And where was I? Yeah, it's confusing to do this live. So, Emmy, representing Ireland, had an actually very surprisingly good performance. Too bad she didn't qualify. Nina Žižić was obviously not going to qualify, never. Because those Montenegrin songs, like ballads from Balkan countries, almost never qualify. It's very rare that they do. So it was very clear she wasn't going to qualify, but I do think she probably got a lot of points more than the original entry they picked before it was disqualified for being played on stage in a concert in 2021. That band Neo and Neo. So Pag from I skipped Tautumetas. I was very surprised they qualified for the final. Tautumetas from, wait a second, another message in the chat. Alex says, I'm so happy for the ones that people thought were non-qualifiers, like Latvia, Armenia, Denmark, and Luxembourg. I'm happy about 3 of these. Armenia is not my favorite. So, Tautumetas, I was very, very surprised and happy that they qualified, because usually the more authentic music from different countries doesn't qualify. I was very happy that they did. It was a very, very big, grandiose performance, and I like that the Swiss chose to actually imply how big it was by raising expectations, by delaying the moment they got on stage, because they had to prepare the giant veil. It was very, very fun. Good for them for qualifying. I'm very happy about that. Pag qualified. I don't like him. I have to say this. I don't like Pag when he sings in English. This evening he did sing one line in his own language, in Azerbaijani, or Azeri, I think the name of the language is. Sorry, Armenian, sorry. They're neighbors, so for me it sounds a bit similar. When he sings in his own language, he sounds completely different, which is very odd. But in English, he sucks completely. Ida says, this is so disappointing that a song Ich Komme has been qualified. It was very clear that it was going to qualify because everyone was talking about it, and usually when everyone talks about a song, it qualifies. She also says, jury should be in the semifinals too. This is not fair. Actually, the juries are the part not fair, because the juries are usually the more dubious vote. And you always see it in the final. Like, the jury throughout history and at least since they started making the jury's decisions, showing it in separate from the televote. Hey, my brother is here. Hey, Rafi. Aren't you supposed to be in a lot? So where was I? This is fun. Yeah. So about Erika Aida. It was clear that she was going to qualify. It was never in doubt because usually the more the most oh come on, I'm so tired. I've barely slept the last 3 weeks. Like I was preparing for this a ton, and now I can't find the words because I'm too tired. My brain is all molten down, like the cheese in the Swiss fondue that they served to Erika. And that was an embarrassing moment that Erika tried to make this erotic in the live show when she was eating fondue. It was horrendous. This shouldn't have been shown on screen. They should have cut to something else. Anyway, the more morally dubious songs always qualify. It wasn't a surprise. So I'm not sad about it. I'm not happy. The song is actually not bad musically. I just don't like how sexualized it is, just like Australia's song and Malta's song we will get to in a bit. Let's rush it because this is starting to get long. JJ from Austria qualified, of course. Is number 2 in the odds, or at least has been. I haven't checked this evening if it changed. Extremely good performance. One of the best performances of the night. Yeah, I agree with you about Denmark, Latvia, and Greece. No, not Latvia, Lithuania. No, Latvia. Yeah, Latvia. Lithuania wasn't this evening. Sorry. Estonia was the previous evening. So JJ gave. I have to say he's been compared. I compared him in my reaction to Nemo. His head voice is very different from Nemo's. It's so much deeper and more powerful. It's absolutely magnificent. I loved every second of it. Francesco, you're right. Love Lucio. Lucio is going to win, I think, right now. He had the most amazing performance in both semifinals. But let's get on with this semifinal. Remember Monday from the UK also, they sounded completely off something with the sound, not because of their singing. Even though they were off, not key, they were off beat. Something with the rhythm there didn't just add up. They sang like they were like in the first third of the song, the music was too fast for the girls. Something just didn't connect there, and then they managed to pull it off somehow, but it did sound odd. I hope in the final it sounds better. Claudia from Greece, she started a quarter of a key too high, a quarter of a tone, too high. I hope not a lot of people noticed. She did qualify, so lucky for this. The design was beautiful. It didn't stick out enough in my opinion. This song could have both sounded and looked better. I think it's the best song of the year musically, with Lucio Corsi from Italy. I'm rooting for one of those two to win. Catharsis from Lithuania, they qualified, and that was very surprising because their song is very boring. And this evening, even though the singer was better than in his national selection, in some way it was worse because in his national selection, he deliberately sounded gritty. And because the song is a torture about a breakup. And tonight his voice sounded smoother, and you couldn't hear that emotion of like, I'm broken from this wasted love, as JJ from Austria calls it. It is a good song, but it's just not interesting enough in any way. Mariana Contes, she qualified, right? Malta, yes. Unfortunately, because she had a very bad performance, you could barely hear her. You mainly heard the pre-recorded version of her. And I think in that case, it was deliberate because she was off key a lot more than any other singer tonight, except the German one. Rafael says UK rhythm changes too much every few seconds. No, that's the beautiful thing about it. It's a musical. And Anna says, well, I'm late to the party and a little drunk. But how did Adonis not qualify? Yeah, that's a good question. He had a very, very, very good performance. He did sound tired in the first half, but he did pull it off very, very beautifully. I'm very disappointed he did not qualify. Adonis from Czechia. His vocals weren't all there, yeah, but the song is so much better than some of the qualifiers. You're completely right, Anna. Catharsis reminds me of a small grungy club concert from the 90s. That's exactly the point. There is beauty in it. It was just not interesting enough, but they did qualify, so maybe in the final they will do something better. Ida says, I expected more from French singing. Luan from France gave a performance this evening, and I'm getting to that in a few seconds. First, Mariana Conte wasn't good. I hate her song. She qualified. I'm not happy about it. Mariam Shengelia from Georgia didn't qualify, even though she did sound a bit tired, but she still sounded better than in her pre-recorded version of the song, which is amazing. She sounded amazing. Tired, but still amazing. She is very talented. Like I said, the music is real Georgian music for a change. I was rooting for her to qualify. I was rooting for actually about 12 of the 16 songs to qualify. So I was going to be disappointed tonight, but I was disappointed more than I thought. Okay, now Luan from France. Her performance is visually absolutely amazing. She stands inside. She stands in a sand. How do you call it? Sandstorm? No, sand clock. Hourglass. She stands in an hourglass, and then the falling sands in the end turns into a DNA string when she passes on the torch of singing Maman to her daughter, which was very, very charming and very visually appealing. I have to say, we do have some amazing visual performances this year. This was one of the most sticking out ones. It was, I don't know how they managed to make all the sand fall, and then in the climax, it was blowing behind her, hitting her back, her hair. It was absolutely beautiful. Ida says one of the girls of the Remember Monday couldn't sing as well as the other two ones. I think she was very excited and she laughed a few times in the middle, but she did sing well when she didn't laugh. There are two Idas, Ida S and Ida F. Last year's song that was called Sand. No, Sand last year was the most horrifying vocal performance. She sounded so good in the studio, Saba, and then in the live performance she was absolutely she sucked. My brother has a good musical taste. He loved Grease, like me. Okay, next one. Zisal from Denmark. I was so scared this was not going to qualify because people said the design of her performance wasn't good enough. She doesn't move enough. What do you want? It's a very, very tough song to perform vocally. If she started moving, I'm sure the vocals would have sounded worse. And even luckily for her, she wasn't as hurt as other singers by the too loud music, because in the first half of her song, the music is very quiet for a dance song. So you heard her very clearly, and it was vocally mind-blowing. Zisal is one of the best singers I've ever heard. It's not, like, hands down. She wasn't the best of the evening, but one of the 4 best. Next one, Adonis from Czech Republic. I already mentioned. He sounded tired, but he still gave a very, very good performance. Too bad he didn't qualify. Laura Thorne from did she qualify? Luxembourg, yes. Very good performance. She wasn't even one of the 10 best performances vocally, I think. But it is a very beautiful song and a very, very... in case you didn't understand French or didn't read what the song is about or didn't watch it with... I have to say something. If you watched, and I want people in the chat to write to me, how did you watch this semi-final? Because most people I know watch it on their national channels. I watch it on YouTube because even though the quality is just a tiny bit lower on YouTube because it's just an internet live stream and not a real TV station, you don't have the annoying announcers talking over everything and no commercial breaks, so you see what's happening behind the scenes in the where everyone else is taking a bathroom break, let's call it that. And it's very amusing. The Swiss made a few very, very smart choices with the interval acts for commercial breaks. So how did you people watch? Theo says Israel and Greece. Yes, I love both. What else? Yeah. Next one. So that was Adonis, Laura Thorne. I was in the middle of Laura Thorne. In case you don't understand what the word is about because you didn't watch the annoying announcers, the dance was very obvious. She started as a doll being moved by the man, like this, and then she broke out of it and turned the men into her dolls, which is the whole meaning of the song. It was very amusing and fun. Yuval Rafael from Israel qualified. It wasn't I have to say I was surprised for the better because in the last rehearsal she was pretty bad actually. So I was scared to death what it was going to sound tonight. She sounded tired, but she was pitch perfect. Just the rhythm. There is a part of the song she was supposed to go higher in the notes. She skipped that. She didn't do it. She sang the same. Where is it? Darkness will fade, all the pain will go back. She didn't do that. She said, all the pain will go back, and she did it. All the pain will go back with the rhythm, and not all the pain will go back. The rhythm it was too technical, but it's still beautiful. It is a beautiful song, so nothing to complain about too much. And I'm happy we qualified. Then Germany, of course. Tina is a horrible singer. She did better tonight than in her national selection. Still, if she was a contestant and not just appearing to show off, she wouldn't qualify in a lifetime. Prince from Serbia, I was very, very sad he didn't qualify because this version of the song, even though he did sound very tired, this version, they had two versions of the song. The version he performed in his national selection and the version, the studio version they did later in the clip. I preferred the first one, but some parts of the second one, and they did combine them both. So I did love tonight's version, and I'm so annoyed it didn't qualify. Maybe it was the strange homoerotic dance. I mean, it looked like the dancers who were all male for some reason, even though he sings about Mila, which is a classic female name, even though he claims it's his dog. Come on, it's not his dog. You're not singing a song for your dog. Yeah, sadly didn't qualify. And then Erika Wickman from Finland. Wow, this is getting long. Let's read a few last comments from the chat. I did speak about Erika Wickman, right? I'm not sure, so let's do it again. Erika Wickman is a very good singer. It's a good song, not a very good song. It's a good song. I like it. I don't like the sexualization. And I'm not sad she qualified. It's a fine song. Yeah. What else? I skipped one of the songs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But one of the... Okay, I made a mistake in my notes. So I'll read a few last messages in the chat, and then thank you all and send you to sleep, because for some of you it's a work day tomorrow, right? Anna says, on my national channel, and when they do commercial break on YouTube. Oh, you're doing both. So why don't you watch the whole thing on YouTube? I mean, isn't it better than switching back and forth? I prefer YouTube, but I'm watching with friends and I want to be on the same page with the cheesy jokes and stuff, also known as national TV. Okay, I see. Stop me when I'm posting too much. You are not. I mean, you're just 4 people, so I can take this all night, or at least until the lights turn off. My lights have a battery for like 40 minutes. Had a few drinks and like to ramble. About Yuval, I think the staging really did her a number. I think the staging was annoying. Walking up the stairs while singing, but she pulled it off beautifully. My friend from Facebook says the nymphs from Lithuania were good. Yeah. They weren't good. They were fine. No, Lithuania weren't nymphs. You mean the Latvian ones, right? Yael, did you mean the Latvian ones? In the meantime, let's read the other messages. Greece is underrated. I think so too. And my brother says, what did you think about the presenters? Actually, I've seen worse. They're not the best presenters ever. Like in the first semifinal, okay, she did mean the Latvian ones. My brother is asking about the presenters. Mainly the blonde with no smiling muscles. Yeah, she is a scary woman, but she's also very funny. There's this type of comedian who makes people laugh by pretending his jokes are not jokes. That's the kind of presenter she is, and I liked it. It was very, very fun. Yeah, I agree with you, Yael. Basa la Georgianit. She was very, very good. And for the first time ever, they sent their own music and not something written in Sweden. It's so disappointing. Hazel, the presenter, was funny. Yes, that's what I meant. I liked. Most of you were probably watching Werbung when that happened, but when you were watching ads or taking a bathroom break on YouTube, you could see her being carried on her back, on the hands of the audience, and while doing that, she was interviewing people with a portable microphone. It was so funny. I mean, the production this year is very strange, because usually what they do in Eurovision, they try to make it look as if the singers just appear on stage and then disappear from stage. There's nothing in the middle between the songs. And this is the year they are actually showing you the stage workers escorting the singers off and on the stage. And the way, I guess it was also an ad break. Correct me if I'm wrong. During one of the ad breaks on YouTube, the 2 presenters were vacuuming the floor after France's Sandy performance. I loved every moment of it. The writing is very, very good. The Swiss did a tremendous job on writing the jokes for the hosts. Hazel is a bit scary, facially speaking, but she does a very good job. And the other one, the singer, Sandra, She's also very good. None of them is as good as last year's hosts, who have been doing it for 10 years now. So, but for two people doing it for the first time, and probably the last, they were very good. Okay, Czechia and Australia should have been in the final. Latvia, let's be real, it was non-qualifier all day long. I completely disagree about that. About the other one, Czechia and Australia, no, Australia shouldn't have been in the final. Australia, this song shouldn't have happened at all. 3 songs this year should have been disqualified for over-sexualized content. Australia, Malta, and Erika from Finland. About Czechia, I agree. Konstantina. Okay, anything else before we go to sleep? Come on, I'll wait for a minute because you're seeing me a bit later. Anna says, I saw a documentary about what went on backstage during Vienna 2015. They had a dress change of the hosts mid-contest, and they had to drive them to the dressing room and back in golf carts. I think they did the same in Israel, because when Eurovision was in Israel in 2019, the main stage and the green room weren't even in the same hall. They were in two different booths, 2 different buildings. Okay. My Facebook friend says, I have, I think we'll continue on Facebook, because if we start discussing things now, we'll be doing this the whole night. Okay, my brother says Australia is just like Malta and Finland with 2 main differences. Yeah, being a male singer, which, I didn't hate as much as the other 2. He did have a very hot body. Anna F, I'd love it behind the stage. Me too. They did have a few behind the stage scenes. Ireland, what do you think went wrong? Well, I do have an explanation. Her voice is a bit annoying because it's so delicate and girly, like she sounds like a 10-year-old, and it's not very pleasant on the ears. Vocally, she did a very good job, but it doesn't change the fact she sounds annoying. And I do like the song, but there were too many good songs this year, so somebody has to not qualify. And I'm sorry to say that, but Ireland was my least... Okay, I'm being mocked. I have 8 viewers. Don't go to sleep. Yeah. No, I'm not staying awake the whole night for 8 people. And the lights won't stay on for 8 people. Unless you're going to charge them for me. Come here. My brother knows where I live, I think. Anna F continues rambling. Sorry, it's a joke, okay? Ireland was a song about a dead dog in space, but it was funny. It was funny. My brother is starting to get annoying. רפי, אם אתה לא מפסיק, אני חוסם אותך, סתם. What else did I miss in the chat before I finish this? Because we've been on for about half an hour now, which is twice the length I had in my reaction to the first semifinal. Gluing the dresses to them because... Oh, I wanted to say about the dress change. I was very surprised that both hosts wore the same dresses almost from the beginning of the evening all the way to the end. Anna F, you don't have to be sorry about anything. I'm just having fun. It's party in the sky. Sorry, that's completely wrong key. Yeah, I'm so thrilled. It's the first time doing it live. What else? We had Ireland here. Yeah, so the lack of dress changes by the hosts was a strange choice, because usually female hosts change dresses every single time they go on stage. When Bar Rafaeli hosted the Eurovision in Israel, I think she changed like 6 dresses each evening. My brother says, shame on you. I'm putting my best, I'm investing the best of my time in you from bed in Eilat. Eilat is the Israeli Basel. No, actually the Israeli Logano, which means it's in the middle of nowhere and very hot. But you have a seat. 2 screens at the same time? Why? למה אתה צופה בשני מסכים בבת אחת? Oh, Yael, very good point. Every single artist tonight, almost everyone except Greece and another 2, like out of 16 songs, about 12 or 13 had a dress change in the middle of the song. It used to be like 1 in 20 songs, then 1 in 10. This evening, it was like every single one of them. גיל, היי! נחמד שאתה צופה בי. כמה אנשים מישראל היום מהעבודה? לפחות 2. מה עוד? What else do we have here? Rafi, why are you watching me on the TV and the phone? Choose one. Pick one and go with it. Stick with it. Watch me on the small screen. I don't think my face is made for the big screen. Oh, it's a hotel room, so probably 32-inch. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, don't try to watch me on a 60-inch TV. No, shouldn't do that. Good night and bye, says Aida Est. Thanks from Spain. Thank you, Aida. Gracias. Who else? No, Laika is depressing. Anna F. How is Laika depressing? It was such a fun song. The staging was a bit strange. My brother says he's doing it so I have more views. Thank you, but I mean another one. It's not that important. I just remembered I have to work tomorrow, guys. This says Anna F. Better get some sleep. Good night. Anna F. Where are you from? Television עם YouTube במלון. My brother has a TV with YouTube in his hotel, which I've never seen in my life. Usually hotel TVs only have the commercial channel that tells you where to go to spend your money. איזו אכילת פונדו באמת הייתה, I talked about it a few minutes ago. I get it, Anna F. It's a dead dog. Okay, where are you from? Yeah. I'm waiting for Anna F. to say where she's from, and if anyone else is here and wants to say hello and be featured. יש גם Netflix. Yeah, you're going all the way to Eilat. Vienna, Austria. Hello. Gute Nacht. Yeah, Anna F. I hope to see you. Ich hoffe, dass ich dir sehen on Samstag. Was that correct? What's your winner this year? Asks Afik Giat. You probably weren't here when I started. Before the contest, I had about 10 favorites. The top 3 of which were Greece. No, not top 3. I had top 10. It was, my winners were Greece, Italy, Denmark, what else? Sorry, I'm so out of it. Let's go with a list. Denmark, Greece. Oh, I have the list here in the web browser. Okay, my winners before the semifinals. What? What does that mean? אוללה על מויט שלך יאיר? לא הבנתי את זה, תסבירי בבקשה. I have guests over. Now, Anna F, go to sleep. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. On Saturday. Okay, thank you. Apostolos, I guess you're Greece, says M. Okay. Almanit. Ulala, Alemanit, okay, Germanit. Alemanit. Yeah, Allemand. מה היה מיוחד ביוון? שיר יווני גנרי כמו בשנות ה-70. The special thing about it, Yael, was they haven't sent a real Greek song for about 25 or 30 years. No, not 30. In Israel, they did have something authentically Greek. Oh, no. In Israel, they had, what's her name? Elena Paparizou as part of... Rafael, are you still here? What was the name of Helena Paparizou's band in 1990? Oh, no, it was 1996. 'Cause I would die for you, look into my eyes and say to... something, not Aphrodita. It was a name like of a mythic, a legendary character. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, my 10, who was it who asked that? Sorry, I'm getting a fig. My 10 winners were, I think it was 10. Klemen from Slovenia, who didn't qualify, so not going to happen. Melody from Spain, who I now completely take back. The new version of the song is just terrible. Kyle Alessandro from Norway, who didn't have the best performance in the first semi-final. Lucio Corsi from Italy. Zoe from Switzerland. That's 5. And from this evening, Nina Žižić from Montenegro, who didn't qualify. Tautu Metas, who did qualify actually. Remember Monday from the UK. I completely love them. They actually... Antique, yes, Antique was the name of the band. The Helena Paparizou's band from 96. Who else? Luan from France and Zisal from Denmark. Yeah, so right now, Afik, to answer your question in an up-to-date version, right now, my winners are... let's go over the list, make sure I know what I'm talking about. Lucio Corsi from Italy, sorry. Zoeme from Switzerland. Remember Monday from the UK. Claudia from Greece. And Luan from France, and Zisal from Denmark. Even though half of the songs I wanted to qualify did not qualify, I still have 6 favorites in the final. So I have no idea who I'm going to vote for. Still, this is a crazy year. It never happened. What else? My brother says Greece is the most normal for him. Yael, he doesn't mean normal like regular. He means normal like a song you would listen to outside of Eurovision. אי הסינכרוניות של הפלייבק? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about with the asynchronization of the playback. Please explain. Oh my God, we are approaching 50 minutes. Nicholas R says, most shocking non-qualifier. Let's see. Okay, we had 6 of them. Serbia, Czechia, Georgia. Hands down, Georgia is the most surprising, shocking non-qualifier. I was so sure she was going to qualify when they had 6 countries left and only 1 spot in the final. I suddenly noticed both Serbia and Georgia were in the list, and I said, okay, so it's obviously Georgia. And then I noticed Greece was there too, which I actually love more than the rest of the songs. So I said, okay, please God, let it be Greece, because this is another level of a song. Like Greece, Italy, and Switzerland, musically speaking, are the best songs of the year. My feelings are that I do love Denmark and Norway, which are both very cliche pop songs. מספר שיר שלא היה סנכרון בין השירה לפסקול. I have no idea what you're talking about, because did you watch it on Cannes? In Cannes, usually they have errors in the synchronity in the first like 4 songs. It has been going on since the day of Rashut HaShidur. It was always like this, and it will never ever end. Ernie K, right? Yeah, Ernie, where are you from? That's a name I've never seen before. Says, yes, Greece was the best and normal. I totally agree. I mean, this evening maybe. Elena Paparizou also. My brother has to remind me that in addition, on YouTube you had asynchronization. I didn't see that. Nicholas R says Greece was amazing. I voted 2 for Greece and 2 for Israel. Thank you very much. For both of them, by the way. I'm Israeli, but it's also important for me to vote for the good songs, which the Greece song absolutely was. My brother, sorry, I was reading my brother's my brother asked to remind me that after participating in 1996 as part of Antique, Elena Paparizou came again to Eurovision 2005 in Ukraine and won with... no, sorry, it wasn't Ukraine. It was Ukraine, right? Pretty sure it was Ukraine. And won with My Number One, which is a song I don't especially like. So I prefer forgetting about it. אפיק says, האם היית מגדיר את השנה כשנה עם תחרות טובה? כי יש הרבה עם שירים טובים, אבל גם הרבה לא טובים. הריכוז של שירים טובים השנה, I'll translate to English. Would you define this year as a good year with a good competition? Because there are lots of good songs, but also lots of bad songs. Afik, the key is how many good songs in relation to bad songs there are. In a regular year, there are like 20 medium songs, then 4 good ones and 10 bad ones. This year, we had 20 good songs and like 5 very bad ones. So is this year good? Not only good. I started watching Eurovision in 2002 with my brother. He's in the chat. He will vouch for me. I never had so many doubts about who I'm going to vote for, because there are so many good songs. I think this is the best Eurovision ever. Production-wise, maybe in the top 5, but song-wise, it's the best one I've seen in my lifetime. Nicholas R says, there's a bit of a lag for your stream for me. What do you mean? Yeah, my Facebook friend Yael says that התחרות גרועה השנה, bad competition. I watched Eurovision from the age of 7, and this year was terrible. I'm not going to say what I have to say about this because it's not politically correct. Not gonna lie, this year is very weak. 2021 and 2022 were too good. No, each one of those had 5 good songs, very good songs maybe. Yeah, 2022. Oh, 2022, yeah, you had Poland and what was the amazing one that made me cry? Azerbaijan. That was an amazing song. And Sweden was which year was Sweden represented by a song called... Yeah, it was also 2022. Yeah, it was a very good year, 2022, but this year is better in my opinion. 2021 wasn't very good. But we did have John's Tears, which also came in this evening to perform his song from 2020 that was cancelled because of COVID. He performed it. He's a brilliant singer. I think he actually had the best vocal performance of the night. Too bad he wasn't competing. Absolutely love the guy. Luan, 12 points, says Tagarin. I suppose it's French. Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving Luan 12 points. What else? Selena Paparizou is Greek and she won for Greece, my number one. I know, I did mention it just 5 minutes ago. Says Anna Cavallari. How many Annas we have tonight? What else? The last few years are bad, says my brother. I do agree with that. In the first decade of this century, from 2002 to 2010 or thereabouts, every single year I loved half of the songs. From 2011 or 12 and onwards, it just became so boring. Everything was the same or bad or just annoying. Hold Me Closer, Sweden 2022, that's what I said. Cornelia Jacobs, absolutely brilliant song. That was my number one. Mine too, Nicolas. I did say it a few times last year in my 2024 Eurovision reaction that Sweden should have won Eurovision 2022 with Stay. Hold Me Closer, sorry. Stay. Okay, we're approaching an hour. It's like 59 minutes now, I think. Where's the timer? 53, according to OBS. French, yeah. I guessed it. Okay, anyone else wants to add something, or can I wrap this up and tell you all good night? My friend's Facebook friend says Eurovision 1979 in Israel was the best. I don't think so. It was a good Eurovision, not the best. My brother says since they created semifinals and almost 40 contestants, the level naturally dropped. Actually, in the first 5 years of the semifinals, there were better songs in the semifinals than the finals. אפיק says, תודה רבה ירל התגובות הכנות שלך לשירים. היום כשרואים תגובות של אנשים הם מנסים להוציא כל שיר טוב. People are scared. Sorry, I'll translate first. He says, thank you for for your honest reaction to the songs, because most reaction videos today are people who are trying to force themselves to be positive about everything. I think this is unnatural, inauthentic. I'm a very honest guy. I'm a journalist in my daily job. We had two people from my workplace in the chat earlier. I think they both left probably. I like being honest. The truth is the one thing I have in life that makes my career go, and it wouldn't be the same if I wasn't honest. So I make some people angry. So what? At least I don't lie. Wow, I'm amazed that everything is still on. Yael says, Nachon Afik. I have no idea what part she means. Maybe about my reactions or about the Eurovision. Any last questions? Any last comments? Anyone wants me to read a curse in a language that I don't understand? The French people left, I think, and the German too. So that's the only two non-Hebrew and non-English languages I can curse in. Honesty and strong hairline. My brother, always the joker. Yeah. Okay, one light is off. This is a good sign. We have to start hasting things up. Okay, I'm last minute. Anyone else wants to say something? Laila tov, Yael. Any last comments? I have to measure a minute on my smartwatch. Oh, my smartwatch is off because it's after midnight. Let's see, Lithuania is so boring. Why? Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, the fact it is boring doesn't say it isn't good. It's just not as good as many of the other songs this year, so I was very surprised it qualified. אפיגיית על הדבר, תודה לך שצפית כל הזמן הזה. נתראה במוצ"ש, says my brother, תגיב בוואטסאפ. I cannot, my phone is my camera. Okay, I think I'll wrap it up, right? Let's wait just a few more seconds for you to send comments. And then I'll say goodnight because I can't see myself because I'm covering myself with my lists. Oh, my face is not even in the picture. Oh, and no one said anything. I was just sitting like this most of the evening. I feel like such a stupid guy. Anything else? I see no comments coming, so I guess we can wrap this up. And thank you all. How many people watched this? I have no idea. Let's check. Yeah, well, most probably left, but it says here that I have 15 watching right now. 15! That's exactly what the top range I expected when I was preparing. My estimations were between 5 and 15 in the first stream. Thank you, Yael. רואים אותי, תודה. Bye bye, Nicholas. Good night, everyone. I'll see you back here. Australia robbed. No. This time was completely, yeah. 8:15. What do you mean 8:15? What did I miss? Oh, there's an argument here about how many people are watching me. I see 18 right now. So, okay, thank you everyone so much. I'm blown away that I even had anyone watching it at this hour. This is getting way too long. So, good night, everyone. I'll see you on Saturday after the final. Hopefully, well, my friend I have a bet on the final with a friend from work. Kamatsofim, how many watchers? Says Serbia elevated his stage. What do you mean, acapella Z? What do you mean elevated his stage? Do you mean his staging? I agree about that, but it was a very strange dance with only male dancers like trying to snatch him, and then they dragged him on the floor. What was that supposed to mean? It looked like a rape scene. Oh, she says in her viewers it says only 8 people watching. I see 19. And I'm the streamer, so what I say is the truth. Oh, and actually says 21. Okay. What else? I think I'm going to let you go to sleep. Level. Yeah, the level of the performance was pretty good, but it was odd. It was respectable, but it looked a bit out of place. Like it wasn't clear what the message was there. Unlike Luxembourg, whose message was very clear from the first moment until the last one. Okay, so I started to say, someone from work had a bet with me. He thinks Austria is going to win. What do you think? And if he's right, and I think they're not in the top 10. If he's right, and whoever is right buys both of us a lunch at one of our mutual favorite restaurants. If you have any opinion about it, you're more than welcome to say it right now in the chat or later in the comments on YouTube. I think it's time to wrap this up because according to OBS, this has been going on for over an hour now, and I'm pretty sure my computer is going to crash sometime soon. Oh, and I see the viewer counter is dropping down now. So I'm not gonna lie, Austria was bad. I think they only borderline qualified. It's similar to Nemo, so people think it will win. But nah, that's exactly my point. I don't think the song is bad. He's very, very good. But the fact it's the same Stanz, we say in Israel and Germany, the same trick that Nemo had last year with an extremely high voice for a male. It never happened that two similar songs with a similar secret sauce won 2 straight years in Eurovision. So not going to win. Bye everyone from France. Good. How do you say good night in French? Sorry, I'm so tired I can't even think. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit, Tagarine. Yeah, I think it's time to say goodnight to everyone because this has gone on long enough. I think an hour is more than enough. We'll have probably another hour in the final. You'll see too much of me this year for sure. I didn't even. I thought I'd have two viewers and two people actually chatting with me and yeah, bonne nuit. Sorry, the T is silent. Bonne nuit. Okay, לילה טוב כולם, תודה רבה. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. German. Vielen Dank. We'll see you in the final. Ich möchte Sie alle sehen on Samstag. Right? Something like that. Good night, everyone. Oh, I didn't do the effect. Let's do this. And signing out.